Alright, we need to talk about Nice Bus. And how this summer is just going to be a mess because it's going to be a hot summer. Much hotter than last year's, what I'm guessing. I have no predictions, so don't trust me about it, but I'm sorry about that. The yard work being done outside my house. Anyway, turn the volume up if you want to. Or no, I'll turn off the volume of the leaf blower. But anyway, what I want to say is that the 1800 Orions, they're not even 12 years old, and they're going to be dropping like flies this summer. I made a comment asking if that was true on Pine Power Ally tweet. I think that is. He said that they would on his most recent video about Nice Bus called Nice and Hot, though unfortunately I wasn't mentioned in that video. Anyway, Nice Bus needs to go. As we've been saying the past decade, the MTA Long Island Bus needs to come back. The MTA needs to take control of Suffolk and Westchester as well. Suffolk is also unreliable and doesn't have enough runs, and Westchester doesn't have enough runs. Whereas Nice, they have enough runs, but they're not reliable. Nice Bus is just a mess. And with that bus that caught fire on the South Shore, which was a New Flyer. It was one of the newer buses, a New Flyer. 1889 was the bus number. I mean, now that Nice Bus is endangering people with overheating on air conditioner free buses during this hot summer, especially when they put the Orions on in the middle of the island where it's much warmer. Or hotter, I mean. But Nice Bus is just not nice. They're going to be endangering people with these overheating buses that can easily catch fire, as Pine Power Ally said. So what's it going to take to bring MTA Long Island Bus back? Well, here's the thing. Because of the problems that bus transit has, I decided with my transit system, it's just going to be suburban rail, where you'd see trains cover the equivalent of Nice Bus routes on European style trackage, much like S-Bahn. So you'll see that once I later this week talk with my uncle. And can't guarantee anything, don't quote me on this, but hopefully we'll get the Nassau County to have suburban service, along with Eastchester, New York, where I am. So Eastchester really supports it, as they have 10 years ago, when I first came up with the idea. But Nice Bus, you need to maintain your buses better. Those 1700s could have been still in service if they had been maintained like the MTA's buses are maintained. Well, except for Andy's Random Mrs. Queen's Village buses in 2018. Those weren't maintained properly either. I mean, the MTA managed to keep the GMC RTS buses in service for 24 years. That's twice the amount of time the 1700s had been in service. And yes, I miss the Orion 5s, but they're even older, and even though they're a much better model, they'd probably be going, if they were still in service, they'd probably be dropping like flies too. The deal is that Nice Bus is a danger. Unreliable. And unreliable in a dangerous way because of what happens during the summer. with these buses. And their buses break down. They have no shows. Their maintenance sucks. And the mean distance between breakdowns is too low. We need either MTA to come back, or hopefully in the future, my bus system, or no, my train system to replace it. This will allow for greater capacity, and for the equivalent run of the N6 on my system, there will be a lot more space for riders, and they won't need to wait for the next one. On routes like that, or the N4, or the N40-41, or the N22-24. And that's kind of the reason why back then they only used back then they ordered the foothills because they're unreliable. That's enough for now. Bye.